this video, we'll be talking about consumer surplus. It was originally stated by William Stanley Jevons and French economist Alphonse Jules Stewart in 1844. Later on, Dr. Albert Marshall explained this concept in the pure theory of domestic values as consumer strength. In his Principles of Economics, he further elaborated this concept in logical details and described it as the consumer surplus. He called it as consumer surplus. So, what is the definition for consumer surplus? Regarding this, Professor Marshall has said that the excess of price which the consumer, would be willing to pay rather than go without. The thing over that which he actually does pay is the economic measure of the surplus satisfaction. It may be called consumer surplus. Potential price minus actual price is equal to consumer surplus. Let us suppose a student is willing to pay rupees 30 for a particular book, and when he can actually go to market and purchase it for rupees 25. Thus rupees 5 is a consumer surplus. So what are the assumptions? As we know, there are assumptions always come in economics theories. So the first assumption is marginal utility of money is constant, and there is no flow substitute is available, and utility can be measured. And the final assumption is space and incomes are same. So based on this assumption, we will see an example for consumer surplus. In this diagram, you can see the units of price for increases from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the marginal utility of the bread is 10 rupees when the unit is at low, I mean at 1 unit, and it keeps on decreasing when the units of breads are keep on increasing. So the price remains constant and consumer surplus becomes 8 in the first case. When it is the demand is 2, it is 6, and demand is 3, it becomes 4. When the demand is 4, it becomes 2, and demand is 5, it becomes 0, and the demand is 6, it becomes -2. So we can see the consumer surplus is equal to total utility minus marginal utility into multiply of number of units purchased. You can see from the diagram. And what are the importance of consumer surplus? So the distinction between value in use and value in exchange. And the second one is comparison of gains from the international trade. Third one is useful to businessman and the monopolistic. And fourth one is comparing advantages of different places. Fifth one is importance in public finance. Sixth one is importance in welfare economics. And what are the criticisms associated with consumer surplus? This concept is purely imaginary. So we can't, it's all purely assumptions and purely imaginary in nature. And second one is measurement of this concept is really difficult because of its imaginary in nature. And this concept is not applicable to substitutes. When there is no substitute product is available, we can go for using this concept. And fourth one is the marginal utility of money never remains constant. It always changes. And exhaustion of surplus utility is another important criticism. And next one is that this concept is not applicable to necessaries. And finally, the complete list of demand and price not available to consumers. So these are the criticisms regarding consumer surplus. Thank you.